So good morning. It is very early. It's probably the earliest I've ever been out of bed for a landscape photography shoot, at the very least back here home in Denmark. I was up at like 3:15. You gotta love those summer mornings. And the worst part is driving all the way down to here where I want to photograph. Oh, it just doesn't look that promising. So I've come down to a location that I also photographed back in autumn. It's a really great place during heather season. Right now we have this very cool event where these lakes are actually appearing and the water's quite high. Our groundwater is quite high, and that is the theory, that the lakes appear when the groundwater levels in Denmark are quite high. But we've also just had a period, 10 days-ish, of 25 degrees plus, and it has just been so windy. So there haven't been a whole lot of reflections that I can benefit from. Driving down here, it didn't look good whatsoever. I really hoped for some fog this morning. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and since we have had a period of 25 degrees plus, it should have manifested into some atmosphere. The humidity is quite high, I can feel it, but there's a little bit of atmosphere in the air. I'm going into an area that is quite open and it has some lakes, so hopefully there will be a little bit of like ground fog above those lakes. Just look out there, a little bit of fog on that lake. Midges! Midges! Of course we're in midges season! Oh! So annoying. Struggling here. So I learned about this phenomenon a couple of months back on one of our main weather homepages. It's always good to get inspiration from all sorts of different sources. And it is quite unique, I think, that the water level is this high right here, because there was no water when I was here back in autumn. And it obviously gives some incredible reflection opportunities right here. So for this first composition, put the wide angle on, and I've composed it more or less like this. So I have the reflection of the tree here in the water, and I'm trying to find a proper balance between these clusters of heather popping out of the water right there, and then I have the tree right there in the middle. We are close to sunrise. It is actually clearing a little bit, so my hopes are that I may actually get something if I can survive these midges, because they are everywhere right now. Ugh. So I am just getting eaten alive here by these bloody midges. The sun is coming up now. I've been flying around with the drone. Hopefully you've seen a little bit of that because I think it looks really, really nice. And yeah, I'm just moving midges from my hand here. I found a composition in that direction. You should probably be able to see what I'm aiming at. So I have my composition right here. I use the reflection. And then I have, of course, the fog to separate the trees right there. Looks really, really nice. Generally, I say that having front light on your elements is not beneficial generally, but this scene right here is phenomenal. Like, I have so much separation with the fog, and then I have those pines sticking out. I have the reflection in the lake, completely clean reflection. And then I'm also trying to incorporate this little twig sticking out right there. But as you can see right here, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. So I am just moving super fast this morning, flying the drone, vlogging, taking photos with my main camera. I'm just reacting to everything. I love mornings like these. It's so much fun. We have to work fast, and I'm just seeing compositions everywhere here and there, and I obviously also have to sacrifice some because I can't do everything at once. But if you want to learn more about composition landscape photography, be sure to get my 2 ebooks. They're super easy to read. They have plenty of examples, and the text is super minimal. So all in all, you should be able to get to the point fast and learn a lot. There are links to both of them down in the description of the video. So right now, everything is just happening at once. So I'm flying the drone, and just like last time, I have like fog among those spread out trees. But this time, I have the most ridiculous sunbeams pushing through them. It looks... I did not count on this morning. Oh, I'm like, taking photos, then video, photos, video, photos, video. This is utterly phenomenal. So pretty. So sadly clouds are moving in from the west here and then moving over and going to snuff out the sun right there. I did manage to get one composition right here with these trees. I also captured it back in autumn and I actually quite like it. It's somewhat of a chaotic scene, but I do enjoy it actually. So I simply just use the trail here to lead in between these two trees here. Then I have the reflection over here on the right from those trees and the little island. And then I had the sun breaking through the clouds just before right there. And the composition looks something like this right there. I still do have the drone in the air. The DJI Mavic 3 Pro is just phenomenal when it comes to like flight time. I'm only on my 3rd battery and I've been flying for like, I don't know, more than an hour. So yeah, that's fantastic. Here are some more photos. If you want to learn how I edit my photos, as you have seen in this video or in many other videos, be sure to enroll in my huge post-processing course, Photoshop for Landscape Photographers. It's not just Photoshop, it's also Camera Raw, which is like Lightroom. And I do a whole lot of my editing in the Raw module before moving into Photoshop and finishing up the photos. Everything I just edit happens in the Photoshop ecosystem. And as you probably know, Lightroom is built on the algorithm from Camera Raw. So everything I edit in Camera Raw is something you can also edit in Lightroom. The course is like 19 plus hours. I cover everything I know about cleaning your photos, working with glow and atmosphere, blending with luminosity masks, editing with luminosity masks, fixing geometrical issues in your photos, like lining up buildings and trees vertically. Besides the editing tools that I use and techniques, there are actually also 11 start to finish tutorials in the course. So there's so much to dig into. There's a coupon code down in the description of this video so you can save a little bit of money when you enroll. So I promise you one day I'm going to make a video where I fail big time. I really didn't think that today when I drove out was going to be anything special or anything good, and I would probably just go back home disappointed, but well, I guess the weather gods were on my side again. You gotta be in it to win it, you gotta get out if you want to have a chance of actually succeeding. And sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, and today everything came together and my predictions were right. Even though I didn't predict specifically what would happen, I had hopes that something would happen, and something did indeed happen.